Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
On Monday, Seth Calvo gave testimony on legislation that would help his dad Manny.
I just wanted to say I'm in favor of this, and I hope you support this bill.
That's Bill 249 that would provide compensation benefits to animal control officers at the Department of Agriculture. It's a job his dad has held for 11 years. And as his family testified, this bill would help with their financial obligations as Manny undergoes treatment for stage 4 cancer. And while it wasn't broadcast on television, it's testimony that may have never been heard, as Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. didn't take matters into his own hands by having his own hearing.
And wasn't going anywhere, wasn't seeing the light of day. And so what I did yesterday was move the legislative process forward.
Bill 249, along with his Bill 184 and 271, have sat in the Committee on Finance for some time. The chairs of committees usually set up the hearings.
I don't know what the thinking behind is with holding bills in committee and suppressing the people's voices. But obviously this has to stop.
Senator Michael St. Nicholas is the chairman for the Committee on Finance.
What senators like to do is they like to create pressure situations in public hearings by calling in all kinds of testimony to try and drive their bills forward. And I don't work like that.
He says what Rodriguez did was disturbing.
For him to be going out and doing his own public hearings whenever he feels like it is just a blatant disregard for our legislative process.
A hearing wasn't scheduled because St. Nicholas says they don't have the money.
As much as some senators would like to do that during an election year, we can't keep that. We can't keep repeating that practice. So I'm making the hard decision as a committee chair to do what's fiscally responsible and not hear these bills until the funding is available.
Rodriguez, however, says St. Nicholas has a pattern of behavior that's, quote, completely irrational, accusing him further of stalling on his bond refinance measure last year that resulted in the loss of millions in potential savings. St. Nicholas says that's wrong, as no one could have predicted where interest rates were going. Meanwhile, it's not just Rodriguez's bills, as Senator Narissa Underwood also has her Bill 243 sitting in St. Nicholas's committee and not going anywhere.
I have communicated with the committee chair, and I continue to communicate with him to request for a public hearing. And I haven't received any reason why this has not received a public hearing yet. But, I just want to honor the wishes of the people. And that is that they want for us to address the pay raises in one way or another.
Her bill would allow the governor, lieutenant governor, and senators to voluntarily reduce their raises. She's since scheduled a public meeting for Wednesday evening. St. Nicholas says he's not moving forward with any bills related to increasing pay or giving out tax credits, measures he says will impact the GovGuam budget.
If we move forward any new pay raise related bills, I'm concerned that on the floor an amendment will be made that will affect classified employees.
St. Nicholas is asking his colleagues in the Guam Legislature to look at his perspective, adding it's nothing personal. Rodriguez, meanwhile, says he's looking at every option to move his bills forward. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.